What is up? Hair's all down today, but all right. Guys, we're back. It is Tuesday, April 27th. How is everybody doing? All right. So let's quickly take a attendance. Let us know in the chat below where you at, where you're from, what time is it over there. Good to see you guys. And also let me know if you were able to drop in on the class yesterday at the Get Down. Again, every Monday night, 7 p.m. at the Get Down. I teach a popping class. So you guys, whenever I can, I try to do a live post so you guys can check it out. Okay. And today we'll be kind of just talking about, what you could do at home while you're sitting down, if you're working, or if you're driving, some of the drills to do. Okay. Now, today, I'm going to get you guys to start doing some quick pops or get you on your way to doing ticking. All right. What's up, Megan? Always good to see you. How's class going for you? I think if I remember correctly, you're in college right now, so I'm thinking it's probably close to finals time. It's always kind of stressful for me when I was in college, so I don't know how it is for you over there. What's up, R Square? I see you, brother. I see you. Always good to see you as well. But yeah, I was talking to R Square before too. Like once in a while, I would still have nightmares that I had missed my college final. I actually did miss it one time. I actually did miss it. Like what happened was this. This is what happened. So for any people, anybody out there that's in college right now, this is what happened to me. I remember one time, the date was right. I got the right date. I knew that I had final that morning, but I got the time wrong. So what happened was, I woke up probably around 5 a.m. to finish studying. And I was studying. And I thought my final started at noon. So I think it was around like 9 o'clock. I went to double check to make sure the time was correct, right? I was like, is it at noon? I want to make sure it's at noon. And it turned out that the final had started at 8 o'clock that morning. So I was already an hour late and I was still, in my dorm. So I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, is this, I truly screwed up. So obviously I was like, dude, I better run over there. So I ran, and then I got there and the teacher, the professor was like, oh yeah, he was like, yeah, I knew somebody was missing. So I was like, dude, I'm sorry, man. I thought it was at 12 o'clock, blah, 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 this and that. Anyways, luckily for me, he allowed me to just take it. He gave me an extra hour, after everybody took off. So, but yeah, to this day, I still sometimes have nightmares that I miss some finals. So if you guys had that, you feel free to share with me. But anyways, that was my little final nightmare. So for anybody that's in college right now, I know what y'all going through. All right. I do see some other folks in here. Sonakshi, what's up? Naveen, hello, everybody back in. Cool. All right, let's let's get back into some popping drills. Okay. Again, no matter where you are in the world, if you're sitting down, this is something that you can do. All right. So we talked about popping our arms, right? Everybody here, I think I recognize. If you're jumping in, if you're new, you haven't seen this before, we're popping our arms. You can have your fist right here, boom, boom, different angle. Okay. So the way to get into ticking right now, what we're trying to do is you want to pop quicker. Okay. So if the beat goes like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're going to go pop, 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 boom, 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 boom. Okay. So again, don't worry about all the different angles. You're going to get, as you practice more and more, you'll be able to get to different angles. Right now, it's working on the power. Okay. But to have power, you got to relax. You got to relax fast. So here comes the ticking part. Okay. So here's a drill I want you to think about. Before you even do the drill, have the beat in your head. I want you to go boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. Okay. So here, that's the count. 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. Boom, pa, 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 boom, pa, 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 boom, pa, 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 boom, pa, pa, pa. I'm not giving you guys like a set routine, but I do want you to remember the beat, the rhythm. Doom, da, ka, ka, boom, pa, 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 boom, pa, 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 boom, pa, pa, pa. Okay, so the 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've done that before. So your body's gonna get used to a certain beat. Now your body's we gotta train our body to understand some of the different beat patterns. Okay, the quick and 4 or 1 and 2. Okay, so we're gonna just slowly gonna get into it, but make sure you get that and 4. So it's that 1, 2, and 4, 5, 6, and 8. Da 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 da. Okay. You can use numbers, you can use sound effects, or whatever you want. So the hard part is that and 4, the little da da. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. So that's the part I'm gonna section in and dive in specifically on that part. If there's any questions, feel free to drop in the chat right now. I'll try to go over the best I can just by reading and whatnot. But the most difficult part of this part is the and 4. Okay, you got to quickly relax. Boom, relax, and then the second one. Boom, boom. Okay, boom, boom. So everybody try to give that a try right now. The way I'm doing it right now, my elbow's up. I could do it down here, but if I do it down here, obviously you guys can't see it. So if you want to, you could stand up and do it right here. You could go 1, 2, okay, or boom, 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 boom. So it's a little bit faster than 1, 2, right? It's da 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 da, boom, 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 boom. So I just start with the 2, okay? For those of you that are that has this already, I think R Square, you probably know this already. So I would challenge you guys to do 3 in a row. So instead of da da, do a da da da. Okay, da da da. So just hold the pose and hit it 2 times or 3 times. Okay. So it could be boom, 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 boom. Hold the pose, whatever pose you want. Right, cross your arms. You could go one arm here, one arm here, one arm here, or both arm up. It don't matter. Switch it up. Okay. So boom, 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 ka, 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 da, 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 or just 2 times. Okay, just 2 times. Because if you haven't done this before, if you've never done this before, doing it multiple times gets a little bit more difficult. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the 2. If you want to just stay with the 2, that's fine. If you're ready to move to the 3, then move to the 3, or even the 4 or the 5. All right. So this is what's great about this training is everybody can do this training, but do it at your own level. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to start with the 2. Pa, pa, ka, ka. Boom, 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 boom. Now, if you notice, I try to also add the neck and the chest with it. Okay. So everything that I do, if I add more stuff to it, it's probably just going to be just a little bit more difficult, right? But when you're starting off, it's all right. Just be comfortable. Like focus on one thing. It's always focus on one thing, right? So I'm a big fan of Khan Academy, right? If you guys ever use Khan Academy, how he explained things, that's how I try to explain things to people, right? It's like it's really like martial art. For anybody that took martial art before, you got to get your white belt, complete your white belt before the next belt, and so forth. It's the same idea, right? So instead of me telling you, okay, you got to add the arms, do it 10 times, you got to do it fast, and the neck, and and all that stuff. It's too much information. Build, slowly build. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go 3 now. All right. I'm gonna pop 3. If you could do 3, do 3. If you can't, stay with the 2. Don't rush it. You don't have to rush. Okay. But for those that can do it, you can join me and pop it 3 times. You're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Okay. And it pauses as long as you want. It don't matter because we're not really trying to do it to the music right now. We're just training the power. You got to make sure you relax in between your pops, though, right? If you don't relax in your pops, then it's going to look like very stiff. It's going to be like this versus bah, bah, bah. Boom, boom, boom. Ta, ta, ta. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Ka, ka, ka. Choo, choo, choo. Coo, coo, coo. Choo, choo, choo. Bah, bah, bah. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, 3 times. Getting tired. You guys should be getting tired too. All right. So it's all right. Just chat, drop in the chat if you feel like, hey, this is getting tiring, or dude, this is easy. I don't know. I really don't expect anybody to say this is easy unless you're like, unless you've done it before and you're like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I could do 10. Matter of fact, let's try it. I'm gonna just try for fun. I know the last thing we did was 3. Typically, I like to go to 4, then 5, then 6, and go and so forth. But let me see just for myself if I can last 10. If you guys want to try it with me, let's go ahead and do that. Let's just see for fun what it looks like, what it feels like if you were to try to pop 10 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? Maybe not at that speed, but fast enough though. Okay, let's give it a try. Here we go. I lost count. I don't know what that was, but I think that was close to 10. I'm gonna try it one more time. Here we go. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep moving. Okay. You could hold the same spot or you could keep it moving. All right, here we go. 200. You got 200. Yo, I feel once I get to like I don't know, past 5 or something like that, I start to get really stiff. Okay. And again, that's just because I haven't really trained it that much. Training it up to like past 5 isn't something that I normally do. But what I'm saying is for anybody out there that really wants to get better, that's the training, like I said last time, like if the coach says, let's run X amount of laps, the really, really good, athletes, they'll be like, all right, I'm going to do, 10 more, whatever. Okay. So, all right. Yeah, this is ticking. This is on the way to tick. Okay. So let's not go to 10 because when you try to do that much without warming up to it, it's just going to look not clean. It doesn't look clean. I could feel it. It wasn't clean for me. Okay. So I'm going to back it down. I'm going to go back to 3 again. I'm just going to do 3. Pop, pop, pop. Pop, pop, pop. Pop, pop, pop. Okay. So I'm going to go back to the first drill that I taught you guys was boom, pop, 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 boom, pop, 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 boom, pop, 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 boom, pop, See, just like that, I think to me, I feel like that looks way better. I feel way more in control, even though it's slower, but it's way cleaner versus trying to go ta, 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 ta. And I mean, right there, that was like maybe the seventh one. It just feels really like sloppy. Okay, so that's also like another thing that I want everybody here to understand. It's way better to dance clean than try to impress somebody with some fancy move and be sloppy. Okay, so always take that in mind, especially if you are battling, for sure. And the problem with the battling is we always get into the mindset that I gotta do something amazing to impress the judge or the audience, right? But what happens is it always have a negative effect because you put too much pressure on yourself. Instead of focusing on being clean, we focus on doing something too fast, right? So that's the perfect example that we had. So even myself, when I try to focus on doing 10, I wasn't focused on being clean. So it happens to all of us. So if we could just change your mindset to be like, all right, let me focus on being clean. I don't have to try to, tick every single beat. I don't have to tick 100 times, right? I just got to tick 2 times. Boom, bop, 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 boom, bop, ka, ka, boom, ka, da, da, boom, ka, ka, ka. Okay, something like that, much better. So that's it, guys. I think the idea is every time we're here, every Tuesday, every Thursday, I'm gonna give you guys something very simple, something little, right? But these are the little things that's gonna make us all better in the long run. Because if I give you 10 words, it's almost like this, guys. I'm trying to train my sons to get their vocabulary better, right? Vocabulary. Now, here's the thing. Do you guys remember in high school? Some of you guys, I think most of you guys probably out of high school, but think back to high school, right? So the teacher will give you maybe 10 vocabulary words or even 20 vocabulary words, right? And then at the beginning of the semester, they say, okay, we're going to learn 100 vocabulary words, right? If you got a list of 100, you think you're going to try to memorize them? I mean, some of you might, some of the overachievers of you might try to do that. But most people, they look at the list of 100, they're like, damn, well, I got a whole semester to learn, so I'm not going to do it right now. But if the teacher had told me, hey, today's word is, indubitably or something like that, right? I hear one word, I'm like, okay, I just got to do one thing. All right, sure. I'm going to pay attention to that. So that's my method right now. Every time we're here, we're going to just pay attention to one little thing. And again, today's thing, for those that just jumped in, if you haven't heard, today's thing is memorizing or understanding the beat pattern. Boom, bop, 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 boom, bop, crack, crack. Okay, so that's the sound effect version. But the counting version is 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. Notice I say and 4, not 3 and 4, right? So it's pop, pop, ka, ka, doom, da, 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 ka, ka. The N4 is your first step to learning to tick, okay? That's the first step to learn to tick, and that's it. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do, okay? All right, guys, I'm going to open time right now to answer any questions. Feel free to drop in the questions. If there are no questions, then it will just pop some more. Feel free to pop right now. Obviously I can't see you, but you could kind of watch me. If I'm popping, always pop with me. But even if I'm not popping, as I'm talking, you could feel like, all right, let me just pop. Pop, 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 boom, pop, 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 boom, crack, crack, crack. Again, I could use my fist. You could have open hand. You could mannequin, puppet, whatever hand you want. It is all good. Okay. So as far as the hand styles, whatever you want. The only rule for today's lesson is boom, pop, crack, crack. 1, 2, and 4, 5, 6, and 8. And you could keep that. You could do that as long as you want. Okay. You could go fast. Pa, 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 boom, pa, ka, ka, boom, pa, 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 boom, pa, da, boom, 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 ka, ka, boom, boom, ka, ka, boom, boom, ka, ka, boom, boom, ka, ka, boom, boom, ta, ta. You could go fast. You could go slow as long as you follow that beat pattern. Okay. So yeah, and if you want to, play whatever music you want to, and dance to it. It's all good, but I highly suggest do it something slower, or even just don't do music at all. Okay, especially for the beginners right now. If you, let's say, my definition of a beginner is anybody that started popping less than 1 year ago. Okay, less than 1 year ago. I think too many of us try to define ourselves, too highly, right? Like if I study something, for 3 months, it's in some classes, it's really easy to see, oh, you're not a beginner anymore because you've been doing it for 3 months, right? Like maybe some, how like there's certain martial arts like Taekwondo. I'm not downing Taekwondo, but I'm saying Taekwondo, you could have a 7-year-old who's a black belt already. You know what I mean? So that 7-year-old, I guarantee you that 7-year-old didn't start Taekwondo when he was a baby. So he must have started at the earliest, maybe 3 or 2, right? So in 5 years, he's a black belt already. That's, maybe some people say that's too long, or maybe some people say that's too short. But what I'm saying is to get yourself, to call yourself like, hey, I'm a black belt already. It doesn't even matter. To me, it's the skills, right? Like when somebody fights you, they're not going to be like, oh, you're a black belt, I'm scared of you. No, they're scared of you if you could choke them out, or if you could break their arm, or you could, that's why they're scared of you, right? So same with a dancer. They're not going to be scared of you just because you say, hey, I'm an expert popper. They don't care if you're an expert popper. Can you get out? It's the skills that matter. Okay. So we don't need to label ourselves as beginner, intermediate, or whatever. The reason why this class is labeled as beginner is just so that people don't get too intimidated. And I know how intimidating popping is. Even for me, when I first started, when you see awesome poppers, you're just like, oh my God, these guys are so amazing, But that's my goal, is trying to demystify what popping is and how poppers are, right? Because a lot of time poppers, just, to me, you guys heard this before, I kind of define poppers are kind of like magicians of street dance. You know what I mean? Because like they're so mysterious. Like, how do they do that? And when you have that mentality of them, it's really hard to go up to somebody who's really, really good, especially like a Skeeter Rabbit, right? Because he's already, huge, big, tall, thuggish dude, right? But when you get to know him, I mean, this guy is one of the kindest guy in the world on a good day. On a good day. Same with Big Brother Sugar Pop. So on a good day, these guys are super kind, one of the kindest people in the world. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, and we could all be that. I mean, I feel like everybody here, whether you want to learn, whatever you want to learn, whatever style you want to learn, pop in, lock in, hip hop, house, ballet, whatever dance form you want, we're dancers, we're artists. And I feel like at the heart of it, we all kind of just want to connect, because dancing is a social activity, a social thing. I think at the heart of it, we seek to be connected with each other, and dancing is a great tool for us to do that. And it's kind of like counteractive when we get scared of somebody so good, and we're like, we can't approach that person because they're so good. You know what I mean? So that's one of the other things that I kind of want to demystify about poppers, is that we got to be approachable. Okay. And I sincerely believe that everybody right here that's learning we're learning off of each other. I sincerely believe that in due time, if you practice, if you have the desire to get better, and then you will. There's going to be one day that somebody's going to watch you and look at you and be like, wow, this person is really, really good. And they can either be afraid of you, right? In a respectful way, right? They're like, oh my God, this person's so good. I'm not good enough to talk to them. Or if you give off that good energy, like they're like, wow, this person is so good, and this person is so approachable. I love to be like this person. You know what I mean? So that is kind of like the legacy that I got from Skeeter Rabbit, and hopefully I could inspire y'all to carry on his legacy. So hopefully that's it. All right. And Oscar, you wrote a bunch of stuff, so now it's time for me to read. And you know that I'm not a good reader, or I'm not a fast reader, so you're gonna have to excuse me and give me some time to read all this stuff. And I'm not gonna get into it right now, but you remember how you try to text me hella stuff, and I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to read a whole essay right now. But anyways, here we go. What did you say? He's good people. Yes, I think you're talking about Skeeter Rabbit. Good people to make it clean. Every half beat. Yep. That's right. So R square, what R square is talking about is what I said earlier. It's way, way more important to be clean. So if you want to turn off the music, that's fine. Have a beat in your head, right? Demonstration is boom, pa, ka, ka, boom, ka, pa, pa, boom, ka, ka, ka. Keep it slow. If you want to go fast, that's fine. But even go slower if you want to. Way, way better to stay clean. And if you want to dance to a music, to one of the songs that you like, I would say choose a song, a slower jam that you enjoy, and just choose to hit the 1, 2, and 4. Okay. That's going to help you stay on beat. And once you get better and better with that, then choose something a little bit faster. Okay. So that is it, y'all. That is it. We're hitting at 9:30, so I'm gonna try to keep it around 30-minute mark. That's it, y'all. That's it. Let's keep it simple. And you guys got the drill. Hopefully, continue to do that. Until Thursday. You know, we'll use a different beat pattern and we'll get better with it. All right. So hope y'all have a good night. Practice this. All right. So you are welcome, Megan. Hopefully, continue to have fun with this, and don't miss your finals like I did. I'm sure you're gonna do fine. And everybody else as well, Naveen, if you're still around, Sonakshi, all right. You guys have fun with this drill. I'll see you guys next time, Thursday. And hey, also, if you guys jumped in on, I don't know what schedule, what kind of schedule you guys are on, but again, Monday, 7 p.m. If you guys want to jump in to watch the class, unfortunately, I won't show my students, all right, because out of respect for everybody, they don't want to be on film. So if you guys. You could scroll back, watch the earlier film or the live from yesterday. It was just me. I think you probably saw. Okay, Megan, you jumped in. And again, one of the thing about Mondays though is once in a while, I think Brian will be able to get on and read the chat. So like, if you guys have any questions, you can feel free to chat it. However, I won't be able to see it obviously because I'm standing in front of the camera, in front of the class. So I'm gonna cater towards the class. But if Brian gets to read it, I'll be able to answer it. So cool. Rahun, I think if I said that right, is it Rahun or Raul? Anyways, what is funk? Is that really your question? Because I want to answer it, but I'm not sure if that's a real question or if you're just kind of like like I don't know what to say. Like, if you want me to define what funk is, okay, like funk. Okay, I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna try to do it. And everybody, if you guys want to stick around and for me to answer that, that's fine. But for those that are here just for the drills, we are done with the drill. All right. So first of all, I don't know if I say your name correctly. Is it Rahul or is it Raul? Well, last name is Patel, so I think I said Patel's right. So, all right. So funk is the original term of funk. It just means stinky, right? When somebody say, "Ooh, that's funky," it really means it smells bad. Funk is something that smells bad. Okay. Now, if you do some research on what is funk music, all right, Megan, I see you. Yeah, study. Go bring home the A's. Let me know how you do in your finals. All right. Peace. All right. So back to the funk. What is funk? Funk, again, is stinky, right? So what does it have to do? What does it have to do with the dance style? Okay, let's put that on the back burner. So what happens is funk came from the funk style dance came from funk music. Okay, funk music. What is funk music? Funk music, I think there was a interview with Bootsy Collins. Bootsy Collins. All right, he's a bass player, really, really incredible musician. And when they play the music, okay, so when the musicians get together, and again, this is predominantly like a Black American culture. Okay, when the musicians get together, they play something, and they're like, that's like, they make that expression like, like that, right? Now they make it because the music sounds so good. All right, they make it sound so good. But what happened was, Bootsy was explaining, they're inside a studio. Okay, they're inside a studio, and in the studio, it's so freaking hot. It's so hot, and they're all stinky. Right. So the smell of their sweat, but correlated with the sound. All right. That's why they made it. They said, "Hey, that's funky," because the smell, the sound reminds them of the smell of the room when they're jamming together, but it sounds so good. Okay. So that's the history of the word funk and the music that was created during those jams. You can hear it. It's like it just makes you go, makes you want to dance. Funk music makes you want to dance. Okay. So the styles of the dance that we dance to during or with those songs, we call them funk style dances. And predominantly those styles are locking, popping, and then the East Coast, they brought in breaking. Okay. So those are the styles. But mostly when people say funk styles, they kind of leave out breaking because breaking got put under the umbrella of hip hop. Okay. So funk styles, when we talk about funk styles, we're talking about more the West Coast style dance. So again, back to what you're saying, what is funk, right? So again, the original term funk, it just means smell. It's later when Bootsy Collins and some other musicians, they use that word to describe the music that they made. And then as dancers, we correlate the style of the dance that we dance to the music that they made. So hopefully that makes sense. Everybody out there that's listening to this right now, if I say anything incorrect, please drop in the comments below. Let me know, yo, Siege, you're full of crap. Or, hey, I heard the same thing. I think that was correct. Or most of it was correct. This is what's wrong. Whatever it is, we could all get together and share. Okay. So anyways, that's my understanding. Again, that's my understanding. If I am wrong, let me know, help me correct it so everybody else will understand it better. Okay. R squared. Yeah. Okay, cool. But yeah, I mean, even you know, R squared, man, you you do some of your own research as well. So, oftentimes if you go and you find somebody that says something that might be contradictory to me, bring it back, let me know. Let's all research it, because the thing is, I don't think everybody should agree on everything, right? Don't just, and everybody out here right now today, if you're listening to me, don't just believe everything I tell you, because the thing is, I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong because the information that I got could be from somebody who was misled as well. Okay. So the idea is, let's all get together and share it. And, my thing is, I got to be very careful in saying this. I'm not saying, hey, this is the truth. It's really hard to tell what the real truth is, but this is what I understand. If what I understand makes sense to you, and if it kind of complies to you, then you can say that, right? So next time if somebody asks you what is funk, you can say, hey, I heard it from Seach, and this is what Seach said, and it sounded like it could be true. So I'm not sure. Then to me, that's cool. But don't go out there and say, yo, Seach said this is the truth, and if anybody says it's wrong, then he's gonna come kick your ass or whatever. No, that's the all right. All right, cool. Yeah. All right, good. Yeah. Yo, you did, yeah. Don't have somebody call waiting in and chime in, because I'm gonna forget what I'm trying to say. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys coming in, dropping in, and just chatting. Raul, I don't know where you're from, man. Drop in the chat below. Let me know where you're from or where you're at, what time it is over there. It's always a pleasure to connect with people from different parts of the world, using YouTube, using internet to connect us together. Hopefully one day we can all meet each other, on the dance floor, coffee shop, or wherever. So let's just make the whole world a better place. Okay. Anybody out there as well, feel free to drop it in. Otherwise, again, I'm going to try to make these nightly classes a little bit short. Get some gold nuggets, a little bit of gold nuggets, so that everybody could take it and expand and get better from it. All right. Okay. So guys, that is it for me today. It is 9:40. It is past my 9:30 time. I don't know how it is with everybody, but lately I feel like the allergy is getting worse for me. Allergy is getting a little bit worse. However, R-Square, I do appreciate you letting me know about the spray, the Azalastine. That thing works like a charm. That thing is so good, but I got to be careful taking that, because it tastes horrible. It tastes horrible, dude. That thing goes up and it goes back down to the throat, and that thing tastes bad. However, I stopped sneezing, so it's all good. But lately, man, I think it's not just the sneezing. It's like I'm getting sleepy, dude. Like the eye gets dry and stuff. So anyways, we could chat offline later. But everybody else, thank you guys for joining in. Come back on Thursday. Let's have another good session on Thursday. I appreciate all the questions, and hopefully you guys have a great night. Peace out, y'all.